Bows are some of my favourite weapons in all of Terraria, usually offering the player a unique way to hurl deadly projectiles at enemies from far away. And unlike guns, the bow subclass includes a much vaster range of performance-enhancing accessories that can make the most of your setup. Today, we're going to be looking at an insanely powerful bow that, like many other weapons, fall into the category of busted, but obtainable from the Old One's army, meaning 90% of players won't go for it. Of course, I'm talking about the Phantom Phoenix. No joke, I think this might actually be better than the Daedalus Stormbow, which pains me to think just how many years I've turned a blind eye to this thing. But with that said, the question is it really worth the grind? Before we jump into it, however, if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to show your support for the channel. Right then, let's first take a look at how you get this thing. As mentioned, the Phantom Phoenix was added as part of the Dungeon Defenders 2 crossover update, meaning we're required to farm the Old One's army. In particular, we need a tier 2 version of the event available, requiring you to have defeated one mech boss. When you're at this point, talk to your tavern keep and purchase an Eternia crystal stand and crystal. Don't forget to also grab a trap too if you have the spare tokens. When it comes to the arena, you're going to want to build an unobstructed flat platform stretching a minimum of 61 tiles in both directions. And yeah, while you can speedrun it like this, I'd instead recommend extending it by another 30 tiles both ways. This will give you more time to deal with the enemies. But before we get raided by these goons, there is actually another type of raid I've just got to tell you about. Yep, it's the one and only raid Shadow Legends. First things first, the game is completely free to play and can be enjoyed both casually at your own pace or competitively against millions of players worldwide. The gist of it is, you and your army have to climb the legendary Doom Tower, basically a giant prison full of the land's most vicious enemies. The regular Doom Tower floors tend to be pretty easy to deal with if you've got a strong champions team, but the bosses are really tough, so you'll need some serious specialists if you're gonna beat them. For me though, the true aspect that sets Raid apart is how damn good it looks. Seriously, for a mobile game, the environment and champion models are unmatched. Also, now is truly the perfect time to get playing, with a special dragon egg hunt happening right now. Just download Raid using the links below, copy your in-game player ID, and then head over to egghunt.plarium.com from April 14th to May 15th. With this, you'll be in for a chance of winning epic in-game and real-life prizes, up to a $20,000 Amazon gift card. And if you're already an existing player, also head over and you'll find a special promo code for you too. And it gets better, because by scanning the QR code on screen, you'll get yourself some incredible bonuses, including the epic champion Drake, as well as other necessities like refills, XP boosters, etc. So yeah, don't miss this special opportunity to get a head start in the ever-evolving Raid Shadow Legends. Right, let's get back to it. With the event underway, if you've got one, I'd highly recommend using your Klinger staff to fully block off a portal. This will effectively wipe out the left side until width 4. Now, when it comes to what primary weapons you rangers should be using, the Uzi or Mega Shark will do the trick, especially the Uzi due to the piercing that comes with the high velocity bullets. At this point, all you need to really do is just speed through them waves, as we're on the lookout for Ogres, which appear on wave 7, the final wave. Once you make it there, you're going to want to focus all your fire on these, as they have a massive health pool and can quickly become an issue. Also, with the Phantom Phoenix having a 20% drop rate, it may take you multiple invasions, as I usually only get 2 spawning per event. Hopefully though, it won't take you too long to get your hands on this beauty. Okay, let's see what it can do. The Phantom Phoenix is really a cool weapon, not only rapidly firing 2 arrows at a time, but also launching a large exploding Phoenix projectile every third shot. And while its single target DPS is already impressive, it goes to the next level on lines of enemies, thanks to the Phoenix infinitely piercing and dealing twice as much damage as the regular projectiles. This combined with the infliction of Hellfire makes it a beast of a bow that with holy arrows can be taken even further. Essentially, if you like the Daedalus Stormbow, this is pretty much just a more powerful, easier to aim version of that with infinite piercing. As you can see, its DPS with this combo is unreal, and when matched against the real thing, it doesn't slow down for anyone, wiping out this line of mummies and providing more than enough damage to accurately deal with multiple single tanky targets like these biomimics. So, for a weapon so strong but obtainable so early, what's it like against bosses? Now then, I know what you're thinking. It's gonna melt the destroyer, right? Well, pretty much. This is definitely one of those cases where I'd use Skeletron Prime as your boss to unlock the tier 2, and then keep the destroyer for a lovely bit of cheese later. And to be honest, it doesn't even stop there, as all the mech bosses are far too easy for this weapon. So can it take you past Pantera? In short, absolutely. Despite this boss not exposing any obvious weakness to this weapon, its raw damage output with holy arrows is more than enough to take you past Pantera, and although I didn't go there, probably even Golem. I'm confident this weapon would remain relevant until much later in the game, probably not being swapped out until the Eventide or Aerial Bane. The only little nitpick I have with this weapon is the fact the Phoenix projectile will not work underwater. This could potentially make it significantly less effective against Duke Fishron, but other than that, it's one hell of a weapon I couldn't recommend enough. What are your thoughts on the Phantom Phoenix? Is it something you've regularly aimed for in past playthroughs, or is this your first time hearing of it? This has been sockrteez, and I'll see you in the next one.